So some of you may know that I am very nomadic. I am always traveling around. I spend a lot of time in Turkey. I spend a lot of time in Mexico. I was spending a lot of time in Ukraine, but we all know the situation there. But always I am somewhere. But my favorite places are always retreat places. Places that have nature so that I can connect with nature and that I can learn from nature. And in nature is where I learn the quickest. My singing always improves when I'm in nature. And so I always love returning to nature. I even grew up in a small town in Florida, Bellevue, Florida, that has a lot of nature around. Quick access to the trees, to bike trails. And so I grew up with this, so I'm used to this. So it is a bit of a comfort zone. And you know, I am getting so spoiled because every time I go into nature, I want to return less, even less to the city. Every time, I always feel, hey, I could just do this forever. I could just do this for the rest of my life. And the only thing stopping me, I feel, is that I do like to spread information. So I like to guide, and sometimes you have to go to the city to do that. But if it were just me, I would just stay in retreat places and forests and things like this because I'm the most comfortable there. Also, I spend a lot of time on the computer because it's part of the job of networking in the world for Butoh. So I feel being in nature is such a good balance. You can even think in terms of negative ions. You are getting back the energy when you're going out to nature from all this tech world. And so for me, it's a nice balance that I could certainly keep the internet tech world going just so long as I can recharge out in nature. I actually just finished a 1-month retreat with 5 other guides in where I am now, Nunisi, in the country of Georgia. And this was so nice, connecting with the environment around. In this particular place, there were a lot of trees, a lot of very tall trees. These kind of trees here, which are really fascinating and a bit Butoh. So yeah, I resonate with this one here in particular. So this is one of my hangout spots. I have found 2 or 3 others, and I like to find my spots of resonance. And there are more retreats to come. I get to go back in nature for a 2-week intensive with Coco Villarreal in the Sevilla area of Spain. So that should be very exciting. It will be very nice to see what the resonance in the nature over there feels like. But yeah, I feel like I can travel the world just so long as there's plenty of nature around. And perhaps it doesn't even have to be forests. It can be landscapes. I remember one time I went to Israel and there was a 3-week retreat in the desert. And we had a cook and we had a really good crowd of participants. And this was quite amazing, and it's a desert, so it doesn't have much green, but it had its own charm. And I just really like connecting to not only forests, but also the elements and different climates. So those are the things I'm more into. I'm not really into cultural landmarks and buildings and things like that. And yes, nature, something nature always does, it always inspires me to get my voice out. Always inspires me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om. Always inspiring me.